Now let us see example 1.11 of chapter 1. The electric field components in figure are Ex is equal to alpha x raised to 1 by 2 and Ey Ez both are 0. That means the electric field is only in x direction, you can understand, in which alpha is 800 Newton Coulomb raised to minus 1 meter raised to minus 1 by 2. Calculate A, the flux through the cube, and B, the charge within the cube. Assume that A is zero point 0.1 meter, that means the length of side of this cube is 0.1 meter. Here, this is the cube kept in this XYZ coordinate system. Here, one thing is to be noted, which is not given in this question, that the distance of this cube from the origin is A. The cube is placed at a distance A from the origin, as well as the length of all the sides are also A. Let us see the solution. Here, the electric field is in x direction only. So, the flux linked with the face is parallel to xy plane and parallel to xz plane is, let us say, phi 1 and phi 2. Let me clarify this. See, this is xy plane. That's why this face of the cube, that is the front face of the cube, as well as the backward face of the cube, are parallel to xy plane. So, the flux of these two faces is, let us say, phi 1 and then xz plane. So, here is xz plane, and that's why the bottom face of this cube and the top face of this cube, they both are parallel to xz plane, and the flux linked with this two faces is phi 2. Now, what is special about these faces? See, we are talking about these four faces. First of all, make this clear. The front face, the backward face, the bottom face, and this one, the top face. We are talking about these faces. Now, if we discuss about the top face, then the area vector, that is vector S, is perpendicular to the electric field, you can see. The same will happen for the bottom face also. This is the bottom face. So, the area vector, that is vector S, will be perpendicular to the electric field there also. So, the same will happen for all of these four faces. And so, the flux equation, as we know, the flux equation is E dot S. So, you can write E S cos theta. But as we have seen that the electric field and the area vector S vector are perpendicular, that's why here we can write E S cos 90. But cos 90 is 0, and that's why the flux will be 0. That means the flux phi 1 and phi 2 will be 0. That means the flux linked with this front face as well as the backward face is 0, and the flux with the top face as well as the bottom face is also 0. But flux linked with the two faces parallel to YZ plane, that is the left and the right face. Let me show you this. We are talking about the faces parallel to YZ plane. Now, first of all, this is YZ plane. That's why this face and this face are parallel to YZ plane, which is known as left and right faces. So, this left and right faces are parallel to YZ plane, and we are talking about that faces. So, the total flux linked with these two faces is, let us say, phi 3, then phi 3 can be written as phi 3 is equal to phi left face plus phi right face. Now, for both of these faces, now let us see one by one. For the left face, you can see the area vector, vector S, will be left side, whereas the electric field is in the right side. That's why the angle between electric field and the area vector will be 180 degree. So here the flux equation becomes ELS and cos 180. For the right face, here the area vector and the electric field both are in the same direction. That's why the angle will become 0, and so you can write the equation of flux as ERS cos 0. Here it was cos 180 and here it is cos 0. Now cos 180 is minus 1, cos 0 is 1. As well as let us put the value of EL and ER, that is the electric field near this left and near this right faces. Let us see that. Ex is alpha x raised to 1 by 2. So EL will be alpha a raised to 1 by 2. Because as I said that the left face is at a distance. That's why the electric field of the left face, that is EL, will be equal to alpha, and at the place of x we are putting a, so a raised to 1 by 2. And the electric field near the right face will be ER, that will be alpha 2a raised to 1 by 2, because the right face is at a distance 2a. So the x is 2a, that's why alpha 2a raised to 1 by 2. Now the flux phi 3 can be written as alpha a raised to 1 by 2 a square and minus 1. See, this is EL, that is alpha a raised to 1 by 2, and here a square is at the place of surface area S. See, this is cube here. So the surface area of any face will be equal to a square, and as we already discussed, cos 180 will be minus 1. For the right side, it is alpha 2a raised to 1 by 2 a square and 1. As I said, the surface area is S is equal to a square. Now solving this, we can get this is a raised to 1 by 2 and this is a square. So as a whole you can get a raised to 5 by 2. So from both of this term we can get alpha a raised to 5 by 2 as common, and remaining is root 2 minus 1. Now the value of alpha is 800 and the value of a is 0.1 raised to 5 by 2 and root 2 minus 1. Solving this further, we can get this is 800 as it is, this is 0.1, that's why it is 1 upon 10 and raised to 5 by 2. So 10 raised to 5 by 2 will be 316.24 and root 2 minus 1 will be 0.414. Solving all of these terms, we will get flux phi 3 is equal to 1.05 Newton meter square Coulomb inverse. Hence, the total flux through the cube will be equal to phi is equal to phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3. But as we have seen that phi 1 and phi 2 are 0, that's why the remaining term of phi 3 will be 1.05 Newton meter square Coulomb inverse. Now the second answer is to find out the charge. If the charge enclosed by the cube is, let us say, q, then using Gauss' law we can write phi is equal to q upon epsilon 0, and from that q can be written as phi epsilon 0. Here the value of phi is already sought out, that is 1.05, and the value of epsilon 0 is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. Solving this, you will get q is equal to 9.27 into 10 raised to minus 12 Coulomb. That is the final answer of the charge q. Now example 1.12. An electric field is uniform. It is positive in positive x direction and is negative in negative x direction with the same magnitude. It is given that electric field E is 200 caratai Newton per coulomb for x is greater than 0 and E is equal to minus 200 caratai Newton per coulomb for x less than 0. That means in the positive direction of x, the electric field is positive, and in the negative direction of x, again the electric field is negative, having the same magnitude. A right circular cylinder of length 20 centimeter and radius 5 centimeter has its center at the origin and its axis along the x-axis, so that one face is at x is equal to 10 centimeter and the another face is at x is equal to minus 10 centimeter. Then calculate A. What is the net outward flux through each of these flat faces? B. What is the flux through the cylindrical side? C. What is the net outward flux of the whole cylinder? And D. What is the net charge inside this cylinder? Let us see the solution. Here is the figure shown. You can see this is positive x direction, this is negative x direction, and here is the origin. This is the cylinder. It is kept such a way so that its center comes at origin as well as its axis comes on x axis, and moreover the first side is at a distance minus 10 centimeter and the second side is at a distance plus 10 centimeter. Here area of both the circular faces will be obviously S is equal to pi r square. This is the circular face, and so the area will be S is equal to pi r square because the radius is given as r. Let us solve A. From the figure, the flux linked with the left circular face is phi L is equal to E dot S. We know that the flux equation is E dot S. But here for the left face, the electric field is already given, that is minus 200 carat I. And the surface area, here is the surface area vector which is in negative x direction. That's why it will be minus pi r square carat I. As I said, the magnitude of S is pi r square, and this area vector is in negative x direction. That's why it is minus carat I. Now obviously solving this, you will get 200, pi is 3.14 and r square, r is 0.05 square. So the value of flux phi L is 1.57 Newton meter square coulomb inverse. Similarly, the flux linked with the right circular face can be written as phi r. Again the equation is E dot S. Here in the right side, the electric field is 200 carat I, and the area vector is also in positive x direction. That's why the equation will be pi r square carat I. So solving this, we will get 1.57 Newton meter square coulomb inverse. So you can see both of the flux of both of the phase is 1.57 only. Let us solve B now. For a point like P on the curved cylindrical surface, the electric field E and the area element ds are perpendicular. That's why theta will be 90. Let me show you. Here this is the cylindrical surface, or say the curved surface. On this surface, I have chosen a small area element ds. So this is the ds vector. At this place, the electric field E and the vector ds both are perpendicular to each other. The same will happen wherever you choose ds. Means if I choose a small area element at this point, then area vector ds will be in downward direction and the electric field is here. That's why again it will become 90-degree between them. So as I said, the electric field E and the area element ds are perpendicular. That's why theta is 90. So total flux through the cylindrical side is, let us say, phi c, then phi c is equal to integration E dot ds. So it is integration E ds cos 90, but cos 90 is 0, that's why the whole answer is 0. That means phi c is 0. Means the flux with this left face is 1.57, with this right face is 1.57, but with this cylindrical face is 0. Now see, the net outward flux through the cylinder is phi is equal to phi L plus phi R plus phi C. But phi L is 1.57, phi R is also 1.57, phi C is 0. So as a whole, the total flux through this cylinder will be 3.14 Newton meter square Coulomb inverse. Now let us solve D. Suppose Q is the net charge inside the cylinder. So according to Gauss' law, the net flux through the cylinder, we know already, phi is equal to Q by epsilon 0. So Q can be written as phi epsilon 0. But here the value of phi is 3.14 and the epsilon 0 is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. So solving this, we will get the total charge enclosed by this cube is Q is equal to 2.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 Coulomb.